Welcome to Life on the Moose. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today's a big day. Pour day. That's what they call it where I'm from. That's the big day when the concrete truck pulls up, empties its contents into whatever you have waiting for it. Pour day is always interesting because, usually it's relaxing. No one's in a hurry. There's no deadlines. Everyone's laid back. Everything's calm and serene. Okay, I'm kidding, right? I'm just trying to mask how stressed out I am. So I think we're going to get through today okay. I spent this morning, by the way, it is 12:35. 25 minutes is when the cement truck is due. Cement truck, concrete truck. I always called it a cement truck back in the Midwest. So they're supposed to be here in about 25 minutes. And I spent this morning making sure that all the dirt was pushed up against the outsides of the forms. Maybe I should make one more trip around. So what I'm doing right this second with this is I'm just marking this PVC that I put under this wall over here. So there's not going to be a way through this wall because it's going to be solid concrete from the footing all the way up, like I said, to the subfloor. So I just want to make that nice and super obvious so no one trips over it. So that conduit isn't for anything in particular. I'm guessing it might be used for water. But I don't know for sure. This one is specifically for water. There's a water stub. The line is actually only about 10 feet from this bank right here. Put that in a long time ago when we put water in for the cabin. So obviously at some point we'll have to dig this up. And as I probably mentioned, this has to be 4 feet below final grade. And then the last thing I did this morning is I pounded in about 30 more stakes. I used up all the stakes I have right now. Hopefully that's enough. So did I forget anything? Just let me know, write it in the comments, and if I could get that before the concrete truck shows up, that'd be great. All right, you know what? I think everything's going to be just fine. I got a new hat. Blue Sky Construction. I mentioned Blue Sky earlier. You probably think that sounds familiar. That's the company. That's Tucker's company. Tucker's going to help me out because pour day you can't do with just one person. And you probably saw when I was talking to him and the gang the other night, they're going to come and help me out and do this pour. Or I should probably say I'm going to help him help me do this pour because Tucker's been around, even though I think he's less than 30 years old. What a young pup. I'm sure he's done this a lot more than I have. So I'm relying on him for this whole build to go successfully. Don't tell him that. I'm just kidding. So once the concrete truck pulls up, it's probably going to be all systems go. So I'm going to try and get as much footage as I possibly can. I'm going to have my hands full. So for a period, I might wear you on my head. For a period of time, I might just set you off in the corner and put you on time lapse so you can kind of see the process sped up. I'm not exactly sure. So just know that I'm going to do my best to make this the best concrete pour day video you've ever seen. That's my goal. Okay, a few intros. Jimmy, Tucker, Devin. These guys are going to save my today.
flatten these off and you can just scrape the excess off with the shovel.
Yeah, sounds good. Like he said, in about 20 minutes, come back when it's just a little more firm.
What made you want to move over here from the coast?
Well, come on, you've been to the coast.
Come on. It was a test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
I had to make sure.
There's a lot of reasons.
It's too many people for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just quiet. You can see the stars. Nice.
Well, I guess we'll just pour it with the walls if we're pouring.
That's what I figured. Any of the interior ones we can just pour with the walls. Do we have an estimate? How much?
Down to about 3/4 of a yard to offer them.
Just like that, we're finished up. It went well. There was no blowouts. No one got hurt. No one got angry, upset. I've been on these jobs before when tension can get pretty high. And today was a piece of cake, all in all. So I'm very happy about that. And yes, my stress level is a little bit better than it was this morning. Now I just have to be concerned with the next step. And there's a lot of steps. Okay, well, I'm going to continue cleaning these up just a little bit. These forms, just to make life a little bit easier when I take these off. And I think I'll take these off tomorrow, later on in this episode. It is 4:13. We have an hour and a half at the most of daylight left. So I'm going to pretty this up a little bit. And tomorrow we can take these forms off. Kind of like Christmas morning, you know? Unwrapping your presents. Okay, we are back at it today. Let's get these forms off in this episode, or most of them anyway. These were poured the day before last. Yesterday I didn't have a chance to get at this. I had to go to town to pick up some lumber, pick up some rebar for the next phase. Well, I'm here now, so let's get to work. First order of business, I'm gonna take all these spreader boards off. And that might be tough because I didn't cover up all the tops of these screw holes, and they got a lot messier than I was hoping. So we'll see how that goes. Beautiful day here in the Moose so far. So keep your fingers crossed that we don't get rained on, or even worse, snowed on. So we're running out of fall, we're running out of autumn, we're running out of time. I have several people comment, are you gonna get dried in by winter and whatnot? No, not at all. My goal before Christmas, before this winter hits hard, is to have this foundation finished, have the stem walls poured, ideally have it stripped and backfilled. That's my goal by the time it really freezes hard and winter sets in here. So be patient. I'm probably the most impatient person you've ever met, and believe me, it's driving me crazy. I wish that I could go 1,000,000 miles an hour, but I'm in this for the long haul, and hopefully you are too. So let's start over there in that corner where we started laying the forms. So let's stop screwing around and start unscrewing around. Okay, that's not working too badly. Some of those screws are stripping, some of them are broken or breaking, and the bit I have is very dull and worn. So I gotta see if I can find a new one of them as well. So I have to go get my flat bar, my pry bar, and just to get underneath them. They pop out really easily. They'll pop through that board, through the wood. So it might take me a little bit extra to get those screws out later down the line, but we'll manage. I hope to have this episode wrapped up by about 4 o'clock today because I have to motor to Tucker's place. I'm gonna rent his forms for these stem walls, and I think it's about an hour drive. Everything's an hour drive around here. That's one way to do it. I have all those spreader boards off. I found that it was easier just to take my claw of the hammer and just whack it, pry up, get underneath it, either break that screw or pull it out of the wood. Either way, it was a little faster than trying to unscrew it. Plus, the bit that I have, the driver bit, is worthless. It's almost perfectly round. So try to unscrew something like that, half full of concrete with a bit that's almost round. Yeah, that didn't work too well. The next step I think will work better. It's a slightly larger size star bit. That should be a little less filled with concrete. The last task took me about an hour and 10 minutes to finish everything up. Now granted, there's still screws left in some of these 2x8s, which I will deal with at a later date. Maybe in January when it's 10 below and I have nothing else to do. So I'll sit in the barn and take out screws. You never know. I mean, it makes for a very interesting video. I'm unscrewing the stakes right now. And as I go, I'll unscrew the corners of the forms themselves. I'm not going to take any forms down yet or off. I'm just going to unscrew. I will take the stakes out as I go, as I unscrew them, just to keep the monotony down a little bit. I realize that the more you do something over and over again, that repetition leads to efficiency. It also leads to boredom if you're not careful. And since I have so much of this to do, I don't want to get bored, and I don't want you to get bored. You know, some may say removing forms is the new sanding, or is it the new cutting rebar? You know, it's a nice day. The sun is shining. We've been together now for what, 2.5 years? I think we should strip. What? What do you think I was talking about? So right there's that blue tape that I put on the inside corners. I think it worked out pretty well. Look at that footing. Check it out. So the blue tape idea, I have to give credit where credit is due. There's a YouTube channel. I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube channels, but one of them I do watch is called Awesome Framers. That is a channel that's based out of the Seattle area, Northwest, Pacific Northwest. And he's a framer. That's what he does for a living. He was in a framing family, build houses. That's what he does. And I took that little tip from one of the episodes that I've seen of his a few months ago. So I thought, you know, that makes sense. I'll try it. It seemed to work out okay. So let's keep going. It's a nice day. I'm going to keep stripping. Outside of the interior boxes, I am finished with this footing. Check it out. That's a little bit of a job, but hey, it looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. On my way through town to pick up those forms tonight, I'm gonna stop and get some bits, some driver bits for these screws on these boxes. We have footings. Check it out. You never thought it was gonna happen this fast, did you? I know, I'm working at the speed of smell, but we do what we have to do. So thanks again for watching Life in the Moose. I appreciate it as always. Come back next week and we're going to be working on this house. Guarantee it. In the meantime, you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and have fun doing it. I'll see you next week.